Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we're going to be going over my college football playoff predictions. So, kicking things off with the Rose Bowl, we have Alabama against Michigan. So, this is a really tough game to predict. Michigan is 13-0 and champions of the Big Ten, while Alabama is 12-1 and won the SEC. Now, Alabama should not be in the playoff. It should be Florida State, but because Alabama made it in, they can definitely have success and end up even winning the national championship. Now, offensively, these teams are pretty similar. Both teams are good on offense and find a lot of success running the football. For Michigan, they score 36.7 points per game and run for 161.8 yards per game, while Alabama scores 35.1 points a game and rushes for 172.7 yards per game. Now, while the offenses are good, the defenses are the strength of the team for both teams, and I would expect this to be a defensive game. Defensively for Michigan, they allow just 9.5 points a game, which is best in the nation, and they allow just 87 rushing yards a game. Now, Alabama, they are also good on defense, although the numbers aren't quite as good, but they're still good. They allow 18.4 points a game and 124 rushing yards a game. Now, Michigan has been able to run the football against other teams with good run defenses like Ohio State and Penn State, as they ran for 156 yards against Ohio State and ran for 227 yards against Penn State. But Michigan is now without All-American guard Zach Zinter, which is a massive loss to their offensive line, because without Zach Zinter in the Big Ten championship game, Michigan ran for just 66 yards, which was a season low. And I know Iowa has a good run defense and a good defense overall, but losing Zach Zinter is a huge loss to their offensive line. Now, I don't think Michigan will have a ton of success running the football here in the Rose Bowl, which I think will put a lot of pressure on the pass game and J.J. McCarthy. And I think J.J. McCarthy is a good quarterback, but Michigan has not asked him to do a whole lot this season, especially as of late, as McCarthy has had 4 games in a row where he has thrown for less than 200 yards, and in that 4-game stretch, he has just 1 touchdown. Now, for Alabama, I trust their offense a lot more because of 2 reasons. One of those reasons is the legs of Jalen Milroe, as he ran for 12 scores on the season. And on top of Milroe's legs, Alabama has the much more explosive offense and much more explosive pass game, as well as the better pass game. So I think Alabama's the more well-rounded offensive team, and I think they're going to end up winning the Rose Bowl in a defensive game because Jalen Milroe will have a big game with his arm and his legs. And Alabama wins the Rose Bowl to advance to the national championship game and wins by a score of 26-21. And the other semifinal, that is the Sugar Bowl, we have Texas against Washington. So we will have a live watch party for this game, started by 8:40 Eastern Time on Monday, so I hope to see you guys there. But this is going to be another great game. Washington is 13-0 and won the Pac-12, while Texas is 12-1 and champions of the Big 12. And this is actually the second season in a row where these two teams will meet in a bowl game, because last year these two teams played in the Alamo Bowl, where Washington won by a score of 27-20. But this is going to be a real good game. It's going to be a shootout between 2 outstanding offenses. For Washington, they scored 37.7 points per game and passed for 343 yards per game. And for Texas, they scored 36.2 points per game and are very balanced offensively. Now, while both offenses are good, the defenses are good as well. For Texas, their defense is actually really good, as they allow just 17.5 points a game and are great against the run, allowing just 80 rushing yards a game. Now, for Washington, their defense has been a little bit up and down, but they've come up big in some big moments and have been playing well as of late. And on the season, they allow 23.6 points a game. Now, this game will be defined by one matchup, and that being the Washington offense against the Texas defense. And inside of that one matchup, there's 2 key things to watch. The first thing being the Texas defensive front against the Washington offensive line. So the Washington offensive line won the Joe Moore Award for the best offensive line in the country, but this is going to be an interesting matchup for the run game as well as in pass protection. Because Texas racked up 32 sacks this season, which was most in the Big 12, whereas Michael Penix Jr. was sacked just 10 times this season. And against the run, Texas ranks 4th in the country, allowing just 80 rushing yards a game, but Washington has been better running the football late in the season, as in their last 5 games, they're averaging 162 yards per game on the ground. The other key matchup is the Washington passing offense against Texas secondary, because Washington has the best pass offense in the country, as they throw for 343 yards per game, and Texas has a decent pass defense, allowing 240 passing yards a game. But I think this is going to be a great game, a back-and-forth battle between 2 teams. I think we're going to see a lot of points scored in this game. I think Washington has the better offense. I could see Texas getting a stop late and winning it, but I think Washington has the better offense. They have more offensive weapons, and they have the more explosive offense, which will end up leading them to victory. And Washington will simply outscore Texas and win in a shootout 37-34 in a great game. And a quick look at the national championship game. I have Washington against Alabama. I'm going to pick Washington because I don't want to pick Alabama to win the national championship again. But obviously, I'll do a prediction video on my national championship game prediction once we know the teams in it and it gets closer. So make sure to subscribe and turn the notifications so you don't miss that. But those are my college football playoff predictions. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Let me know in the comments who you have playing in the National Championship. And also make sure to check out the community tab of my channel, where you guys can vote on who you think win the semifinal games. And also, Happy New Year to all you guys. I hope you guys have a great start to 2024. But thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.